team for the report. It is welcomed that the BBC accepts Lord Dyson's findings in full, which are extremely concerning, that BBC employees lied and used fake documents to obtain the interview with my mother, made lurid and false claims about the royal family, which played on her fears and fueled paranoia.
Hey guys, welcome back to Channel Clay. I hope that you're doing well wherever you are in this crazy world. Now, if you follow this stuff with Harry, Meghan, the royal family, all that good stuff, you know that Harry had a massive win today. And I just want to send my congratulations. He has reached a settlement with NGN Group, who are the owners of the Sun newspaper. The case has been settled for a 8-figure sum. I think I saw somewhere upward of 10 million, whereas his brother, with whom you just saw, calling his mother paranoid, took $1 million of basically hush money, not to go to trial and stand beside his brother. I don't get it. Of course, their father didn't either, but come on. This is what staying with, being on the right side of things gets you. I'm so happy for them, and I hope that they're having a wonderful celebration this evening, wherever they are. Great champagne, great meal, family and friends around them supporting them as they have been throughout this whole ordeal. All the hearings, the court cases, talking to lawyers, that shit is stressful. And it's crazy when you have to put out all this money and effort for shit that you know is wrong. You have to prove somebody who knows that they're wrong, who knows that they're lying, who knows that they did that shit, and you have to prove that they did it when they know whole time that they didn't, that they did it. So I'm glad that they've reached this settlement. Phone hacking, which is insane to me. Of course, Diana was going to be paranoid. I don't understand why William would get up and say that. That's insane. If you had paparazzi consistently hounding you, you have a family who really wants to destroy you, and not giving you any support. You're dealing with a husband who is literally with another woman, and doesn't want anything to do with you, and you're still completely in love with him. You're dealing with your mental issues, your EDs. She had the world on her shoulders, all while being watched by millions of eyes. This woman was so watched. People were obsessed with her. I will always remember that it was a video. Charles is sitting down signing something, and Diana has her head down, and she's refusing to look up, and you can see the cameras flashing, and she takes a moment and she finally lifts her head up so you can see her face, and immediately the camera flashes start going crazy, and she's shocked herself. She's all I did was lift my head. And that type of attention is very similar to what Meghan experiences as well, but it's on another level due to the social media element. And I feel like Diana had every reason to be paranoid if she was. But to be her son and get up and say that, and then take hush money from the British media with whom hounded her and your family and your brother, your blood, is crazy to me. It's crazy to me. I'm so happy that they won this. The owner of the Sun newspaper offers a full and unequivocal apology to Prince Harry for serious intrusion into his private life from 1996 to 2011, the very formative years of his life. Would you not be fucking paranoid? Would you not be irate if you found out someone was tapping your phone for fucking years to write newspapers to make money off your name and your dirt? I think that everybody should be happy for him. No one deserves to have their phone hacked. It doesn't matter if you're a publicly funded figurehead, what have you. No one deserves to have that happen. And if it is caught happening, you need to pay up. And this has been a long-running legal battle between the prince and the newspaper group. And he has had to fork out a lot of time and mental, emotional energy thinking about all the things that they've stolen. It's such a violating thing to do, and they're calling it a serious intrusion. Call it what it is. phone tapping. So they've also written an apology. So we'll take a look at that. In a further statement, NGN says that there are strong controls and processes in place at our titles today to ensure this cannot happen now. It should have never happened to begin with, and for so long. And I can't believe that Piers Morgan is going to sit up on his Twitter and act like none of this is happening. I went to check. He is refusing to speak about this. He's so pathetic. Oh my gosh. How is it that you can get fired from running your mouth too much about a specific person, and then you proceed to run your mouth about said person on your own little YouTube whatever once you've gotten kicked off national TV? A good paying job too. Yet you don't learn and you continue to talk smack. And now the newspaper group is paying up an 8-figure sum settlement because they rather not go to trial for everything to be all out there for all of us to see. There's a lot of trials happening here, people. I think that Blake Lively needs to go ahead and follow the Sun's or NGN's blueprint. I mean, things are being laid out for Blake. Please take some type of advice other than your PR team, because they are leading you astray. Blake, you need to settle. Just like the Sun has settled, NGN Group has settled with the Prince, you need to settle. So there's processes in place so that it doesn't happen now. Shouldn't have been happening. What made y'all think that that was okay is beyond me. The BBC understands legal fees for the Sun's owner, Prince Harry, and Tom Watson total $10 million, which is expected to be paid by NGN. $10 million in legal fees. Holy crap, this is a pretty payday for David Sherborne, who is Prince Harry's a lawyer. He's calling it a monumental victory and accuses NGN executives of obstructing justice. Because why do all this and go through all this when you knew that you were fucking phone tapping? And you just said that you're putting controls and processes in place so that it won't happen anymore currently. Wow. Prince Harry feels vindicated, but NGN has avoided its worst case scenario of a full-blown trial. And then it says that former Labor Duty leader Tom Watson also received an apology for unwarranted intrusion. Why are they saying intrusion? Call it what it is. And calls on the police and Parliament to investigate further. Today's settlement draws a line under the past. This is awesome. I know that Meghan is helping her man celebrate today, and I know that makes some people mad. But the people who typically are saying all types of ish are real silent today. Lord Watson speaks outside the courthouse today after the successful settlement, saying, "I once said that big beasts of the tabloid jungle have no predators. I was wrong. They have Prince Harry. He's slain the beast." Excellent. They keep winning. So I wonder what way they're going to try to twist this. Oh, they're disaster tourists. Oh, they're narcissists. Oh, they're this. They're shunned out of Hollywood. Nobody likes them. They're complete jokes. They're broke. Their kids are fake. All the things in the world that they want to say. Netflix doesn't even want to work with them, yet they just had a project they're about to release in March. It's just everything y'all say, they keep winning. So I say, keep talking. It's having an adverse effect. Let me go to the apology. So it says, NGN's apology to the claimants. NGN offers a full and unequivocal apology to the Duke of Sussex for the serious intrusion by the Sun between 1996 and 2011 into his private life, including incidents of unlawful activities carried out by a private investigator working for the Sun. That, for real? Is it that serious? Y'all needed to run papers and write articles and stories about the royal family to make money that bad that you're phone tapping and employing private investigators into people's lives? and thought that that was okay. My mind is blown. NGN also offers a full and unequivocal apology to the Duke of Sussex for the phone hacking, surveillance, and misuse of private information. There it is. By journalists and private investigators instructed by them at the News of the World. Instructed by them. So somebody was like, yeah, we're going to tap the royals' phones and get their juicy inside information. Okay? And then have them turn against each other because they're going to think, who else knows my dirty laundry and is leaking it to the press other than you all? Whole time, they don't know that it's us all up in their phones. That is so sick. NGN further apologizes to the Duke for the impact on him of the extensive coverage and serious intrusion into his private life. Well, to me, the intrusion is continuing and the impact to his life is still continuing with the British media reporting just false stories, making stuff up, and it's every day, all day. The whales don't get that type of coverage. It's every day, all day, and you don't think that's still affecting someone's life? So they're apologizing to him, and they're also apologizing to Princess Diana because they were doing her in the same way. It proceeds. We are also apologizing to the Duke for the impact on him of the extensive coverage and serious intrusion into his private life, as well as the private life of Diana, Princess of Wales, his late mother, in particular during his younger years, which would have been right when she was going through all that stuff with Charles and, trying to separate and all the drama. And they were tapping it away all on her lines, and she felt that. She knew that. She knew stuff was happening that she was going on behind her back, and and to imagine you knowing that shit is happening but people tell you it's not, so they're gaslighting you and making you feel like you're crazy. How dare William sit up and call his mother paranoid? Because even if she was paranoid, she had every right to be. It continues. We acknowledge and apologize for the distress caused to the Duke and the damage inflicted on relationships, friendships, and family, and have agreed to pay him substantial damages. Yeah, because you probably had rifts in the family because they were all thinking that each other were telling each other's business. Whole time, it was because y'all were tapping phones. They're sitting there and can't even trust their friends because they're like, oh, how did this story or how did this situation get out to the press? And the friend's like, I didn't say anything. And they don't believe it because nobody else was there but their friend, perhaps. And so they're like, oh, no. Friendship cut off. Whole time, the son's in their phone. Absolutely crazy. It continues. So they're paying substantial damages for this. It is also acknowledged without any admission of illegally, I can't pronounce that word, that NGN's response to 2006 arrests and subsequent actions were regrettable. NGN also offers a full and unequivocal apology to Lord Watson for the unwarranted intrusion carried out into his private life during his time in the government by the News of the World during the period of 2009 to 2011. This includes him being placed under surveillance. Who are you to put anybody under effing surveillance like you're the fucking law? Wow. He was put under surveillance in 2009 by journalists at the News of the World and those instructed by them. NGN also acknowledges and apologizes for the adverse impact this had on Lord Watson's family and has agreed to pay him a substantial amount in damages. They couldn't have taken this to trial. Ooh. All the stuff that would have came out, the names of people instructing this, people who were paying the investigators, who was putting the systems to put the wires and the taps on the phones. Oh my gosh, they had to settle. I don't know why it took so long. In addition, in 2011, News International received information that information was being passed covertly to Lord Watson from within News International. We now understand that this information was false, and Lord Watson was not in receipt of any such confidential information. NGN apologizes fully and unequivocal for this. So y'all just be making up shit and trying to lie on people's name and fuck up people's reputations. So therefore, you should pay the substantial amount that you keep referencing. I am so happy for Harry, Lord Watson. Hopefully this can all be put to bed. However, the intense scrutiny of Harry and Meghan and intense reporting on them continues to this very day. They may not be tapping phones, which I don't even believe that. They could be. They could be. I don't put anything past them. But they're still being talked about poorly, vilely to this day. And there's nothing to stop it because, freedom of speech, of course, obviously. And their names bring in way, 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 way too much money to stop. So here we are. But this is a huge win, and I'm very happy for them. And Harry should be proud of himself for sticking to it and not just taking hush money of $1 million. And I know William is fucking seething because at every turn and every move, the spare turns out to be a hell of a lot better than the heir. I am so sorry. In every way and every turn, and that has to eat at him. It has to. It's human nature. But he did it to himself. He got nobody to blame but himself. So, congratulations again to Harry and Meghan. I hope that they are celebrating very well tonight. I will have a glass of champagne in honor of them, nice and chilled. And I'm going to enjoy the rest of my evening, and I hope that you all do too.